Welcome back, guys. It's so great to be with you here at 12:30. It's a special edition of Atlanta and Company as we are right in the middle of our 39th annual Can-A-Thon. Now let's talk about the Salvation Army. I mean, they have been doing the most good since 1852, from disaster relief service programs to programs for the homeless. It's an international movement that exists to meet human needs wherever, whenever, and however they can. Today's Can-A-Thon event is just a very small example of the many ways that they give back to the community. I had a chance to talk about today's fundraising efforts with Major Bob Parker, Area Commander of the Salvation Army of Metro Atlanta. Take a look. Major, thank you so much for being with us. It is always so good to see you this time of year. And of course, as we're all still dealing with the effects of this pandemic, let's talk about how the Salvation Army of Metro Atlanta has seen food insecurity evolve.
Well, certainly, and thank you for having me. It's great to be here today. Food insecurity has been an issue, a long time issue, communities in Atlanta, across the United States. And throughout the pandemic, of course, we've seen a great increase in the number of families that have been impacted by food insecurity, a loss of job, or a reduction in the number of hours. And so their budgets have been sort of stressed and stretched in ways that they wouldn't have expected. So, as is often the case with food insecurity, families have to make some hard choices. And we've seen that a lot during the pandemic. Whether to purchase food or to pay utilities or rent or even medications, that kind of thing. And this has been certainly the case during the 2 years of the pandemic here in Atlanta. And so the Salvation Army, we've seen an increase in that need and needing assistance from the Salvation Army. Nationwide, you might be interested to know that nationwide, the Salvation Army saw an increase, request for more assistance in the first 6 months of 2021 than all of 2020.
Oh, wow.
So that's huge. And right here in Atlanta, from January through September, the Salvation Army right here in Atlanta provided 156,000 meals, over 16,000 boxes of food through our 13 Metro Atlanta food pantries. So families who never thought they would deal with food insecurity have really reached out to us for help. And what we've really learned during this time is that there is not one face of hunger. It really affects all people of walks of life, of gender, of races, of cultures. And there's been a great need over these last couple of years.
Oh, my goodness. So thank goodness for the Salvation Army of Metro Atlanta. And as you mentioned, you have 13 food pantries all across the city. I want to make sure people know what types of food they can donate. So important as they get out today to all of our drop-off locations.
Well, yes, that's very important. Really, we need non-perishable foods, those foods that won't spoil. Rice, pasta, canned fruits, vegetables, soups are always needed. And actually, if you have cans with a pop top that don't require an opener, that's even better for folks who don't have access to kitchen utensils or that kind of thing.
Okay, great. And then I know you have a partnership with Publix in Food for Sharing. I know that's where I shop and at my local Publix. They're doing a great job, the cashiers. Every time they check out or we check out, asking, would you like to donate? So tell us more about that partnership.
Well, yes, we are just so thankful for Publix really decades-long partnership with the Salvation Army through the Can-A-Thon, through the Food for Sharing, just providing not only food for this time of the year, but really all year long through those programs. And we could not do what we do without great partnerships with Publix and so many across the community.
Yes, and Major, I want to make sure people understand today is obviously our big push here at 11 Alive and throughout the city. But if somebody wants to make sure that they are donating or contributing all year round, how do they go about doing so?
So you can drop off your canned goods today at any of those 3 locations that we've mentioned, and I'm sure will be mentioned here. But you can also make a financial donation. We'll use those funds to provide canned goods. Go to www.salvationarmyatlanta.org. And you can also actually go online to the Salvation Army of Metro Atlanta's wish list on Amazon.
Oh, good.
And simply go to Amazon and search for Can-A-Thon.
Ah, couldn't be easier. Major, thank you so much. We always appreciate having you, especially on this busy day. Thank you for all you do to help our city. We so appreciate it.
Thank you, and just appreciate you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much to the Salvation Army of Metro Atlanta for sponsoring that segment. All right, social check-in time. Kara, Trent, what is happening? Is everybody talking about Can-A-Thon?
Well, I was going to say, everyone's been out and about, right?
They are.
So we want to know if you are, in fact, out and about, Trent.
And if you are, tag us with that hashtag #ICAN, tag at ATL & Co and at 11 Alive, all over social. We are posting throughout the day. Now, this is our can count, which was right before the 12 o'clock hour. Now we have surpassed it, as you said, well and above 200,000. We're looking at 300K throughout the day. We heard from Crash Clark. These are the kids at Wolf Creek Elementary who generously donated 4,000 cans and called him Mr. Crash. That's so sweet.
Oh, Mr. Crash.
Right?
That's adorable.
Crash with your friend Santa. We saw the big man in red earlier in the show. And Cheryl Preheim got to speak with a generous viewer as well as his wife on speaker. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Well, I love that, it culminates today with everybody bringing their cans in, but these kids, students at elementary schools, high schools across Georgia have been collecting cans all month,
They really
all year.
have. They've just been building up to this moment as they do each and every year, so we can't thank them enough. All those organizations. I think we have one more post. Oh yes, Primerica really set the tone yesterday before we had this awesome goal met. Almost 100,000 cans from Primerica. So thank you so much for your generosity to Salvation Army.
All right.
And it's just only going to get better from here.
It's only going to get better. All right, let's go to Cheryl Preheim and the team at North Druid Hills. After this break, I think we might go see Christine. Oh no, Cheryl, there she is. Hi, Cheryl. See you in a minute.